I started vaping when I was 14.
I started vaping when I was 19 years old. I vaped for around 3 years.
I started vaping when I was 27 years old, and then I quit when I was 30. But prior to vaping, I had been smoking cigarettes since I was around 19 or 20 years old.
Well, I started vaping, I would say, approximately a year ago, and I vaped only for about 6 months.
What got me into it was my friends. They shared their vapes with me, and that kind of got me hooked.
All the kids were vaping in the corner, and I was like, oh, I want to be part of that group, right? I wanted to be in the in-group, right? I got progressively more and more dependent on the vape. It got to a point where I was like so dependent I couldn't go like minutes without craving nicotine.
There were multiple things that motivated me to quit vaping. First, I'll start off with the negative physical symptoms that I was experiencing like almost daily. I felt incredibly lethargic and irritable. There were times where I felt like my heart rate was also rapid, and there wasn't really any other explanation besides the vaping.
I felt that to have this one little plastic gadget for vaping was going to be, $30-ish, $30, $40. That was very preventative for me because I was living on disability at the time. So cost was a big consideration for me.
Like say I would be going on a flight or something, I would be faced with like panic that I would not be able to vape for like X amount of hours. And just like having that experience and knowing that something has a hold on you like that is just, it's so incredibly painful to come to that realization, and that you don't want something like holding that power over you.
What motivated me to quit was the health issues that it gave me and how it affected my lungs. I wanted to be more active, play soccer and ski. Vaping kept getting in the way of that by making it harder to breathe.
Some of the things that I did to prepare to quit were organizing a meal plan for when I would decide to quit and have that in place, as well as an exercise plan.
What I did mainly was I committed myself to a goal, and I created support systems in my life. Like I reached out to my parents, I reached out to my friends, and I took up weightlifting, committed myself to my education, and really started working on my personal development.
Some of the things I started to prepare myself to quit vaping were all mental. They were all, like I had to, plan in my mind and prepare myself.
I will create a list for myself of alternatives that I can use when I feel those triggers coming on. So that list might include preparing some yummy food, going for a walk, reading a book, enjoying an episode from a series that I'm watching. So this list is like a list of all sorts of alternative activities that I can do other than engaging in that activity that I don't want to do.